Welcome to this life-transforming message with Pastor Sam Onuoha, the lead pastor, the Lighthouse Christian Chapel. I trust the Lord to cause a shift as you listen. God bless you.
He carried grace, the embodiment of God in the whole of Egypt. Oh, you are not aware. One man, the only man that carried God in the whole country, yet he polishes shoes every morning. He was a slave. He was being maltreated. Slaves are properties. I need to emphasize it. So he doesn't have a say, even in his own affairs. You know, the food is ready. What is available for slaves? No, it is what the master has remained after eating. Nobody is asking him Mogejugi. He was supposed to be sulking. He was supposed to be moody. He was supposed to be temperamental. But the Bible says that Joseph was a man of service. If you check chapter 39 verse 2, the Bible said, and he came to Egypt. Of course, the first thing the Bible said that the Lord was with him. Okay? And he served in the house of his master, Potiphar. Meaning he did not live in the house of his master, he served. He served in such a way that the master said, this one is not serving like a slave. Let's promote him and make him HOD. Joseph, you were a slave. Where did you learn this service? Until I did further research and I found out in Genesis chapter 37. Give me Genesis 37 verse 2. If you're going to be relevant and take over the nations, you must have a service you are rendering. You see all this kutu palaka, toko tokoto, sheketekete, zukutu kutu kutu kutu. Money does not enter your account with it. People pay for goods, and what prayer does is that it gives you opportunities and open doors and ideas. The rest you work out yourself. Work out your salvation with fear and trembling. Salvation is not just from sin, it's also from poverty. Is God speaking to us this morning? Come, is anybody receiving help this morning? This is the history of Jacob's family. This is another message altogether. I've preached this before. This is the history of Jacob's family, whose name was mentioned. This is the history of Chukwuma's family, Prince. No, they didn't call his father. So the history of Jacob is tied around Joseph. This is the history of Jacob's family. Joseph was 17 years old, but he often tended his father's. Here are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren. He was 17. He was the last boy. He was the favorite of his father and his mother, and yet he was not pampering himself. The Bible was clear that his father was pampering him, but Joseph was not pampering himself. Some of you, your parents pamper you and you pamper your life to destiny. Your parents will tell you, nah, lie down and sleep. Tell them, no, mommy, I have a destiny. Actually, purpose wakes a man up. When he was 17, had 11 elder brothers, 10 elder brothers. He still refused to sleep through the day. When they are going to work, he will go with them. He was ready to serve. That capacity he built was what served him in Egypt. It was still the rendering of service that moved him from the prison to the palace. All your prayer will do for you is to give you opportunities to serve. Opportunities come in work clothes. Ruth was not blessed living in Naomi's house. Ruth was blessed in the field. He did not say the Lord will bless the prayers of your mouth. What will he bless? If your hand does not work, there's nothing for the Lord to bless. Paul said, this my hand sustained me. What is your hand bringing? One day you will hammer. I agree. At least your hand will have to lift the hammer and hammer it. You must render a service for money to come. Never be foolish to think that anointed handshake you get and you get 1,500 or 1,000 is open door. It is God's social security system, social service, and it's not designed to last forever. It is designed only for the wilderness. The day they enter the promised land, manna stopped falling. If you are still expecting manna, it means you are still in the wilderness. Find a service and render. The reason we are broke in this country is because we render no service. We are just busy getting crude oil and selling. A consumer nation that produces nothing. That's why we are like this. May you not be a consumer Christian. What service are you? Stop carrying file around looking for work. Find products people can buy. People will look for you. Why are you sitting down here every Sunday morning? Because I'm rendering service. My birthday is coming in 3 weeks' time. I'm expecting my birthday gift. And I have every right to expect it. Why? I render service. Is anybody understand what I'm saying here? I know they render service. I may not be selling goods, but I'm rendering. If I ask you, what are you selling now? What can you say? If you have nothing you are selling, there is nothing for Egypt to bring their money for. Did you hear me now? Nothing. What are you saying? That even when Joseph finally sold the grain to the Egyptians, it is because he had something to sell. The Bible said he bought the whole of Egypt. Everything. Do you know that everything in ancient Egypt, everything in Egypt, the people included, belongs to Pharaoh as a property? It was because Joseph bought them. How did he buy them? He sold something. Exchange. Is anybody here? What are you selling? Goods and services. Ketoko, Shakata, Ladada, Bododo, Zototo, Leketete. Lord, give me the gates of the hidden. Give me the wealth of the hidden. You're waiting for Dangote to die so that you inherit his business. His son will inherit it. Hey, did you hear me? His son will inherit it. Not you. You are not in his will. But when you offer service, imagine if you walk up to Dangote, he is buying cement bag at 15 naira, and you're able to source raw materials, and you offer to sell him cement bag at 14 naira, and make a profit of 5 naira out of the 14 naira. He put at 35, sold to him at 40, and now he buys 10 billion bags. 10 billion times 5. Cement. Think. So every month, you are going home with 10 billion of Dangote's money. That's how there is wealth transfer. I prophesy, give me money. Ondoshi. Any prophet that demands money to pray for you is a thief. Hey, did you hear what I just said? Any man of God that say bring money for him to pray for you, Obonyoshi. Tell them Pastor Sam said it. He's a thief. Yes, when the man of God prays for you, there's a place of honor. There's a place of appreciation. Don't joke with that. But as for placing a demand, Obonyoshi, freely you have received. What service are you ready? You wake up in the morning, you pay the person that gave you toothpaste. Pay one year shigimiri. Pay one year breakfast that you take. Pay for the comb you use in brushing your hair. Pay, oh, my eye pencil has finished. You go and pay for eye pencil. Pay the driver that brought you, or pay the pump attendant that gave you fuel, and then pay NEPA bill, pay all the things, and nobody is paying you for anything. Why would you be broke? Why would you be broke? You are waiting for your husband to give you. You're waiting for your uncle. Every uncle you have is a wicked uncle because they refuse to give you. I used to think all uncles have money until I became an uncle. When I became an uncle, I realized that my uncles were not wicked. They had responsibilities. But my uncles now, watch this. My uncles now, they invite me for programs. I come, I offer service. They give me envelope and tell me, please manage it. But before I was waiting for them to dash me money, before I call them good uncle. Be waiting for people that will dash you money. Aguge boogie. You will not be Joseph if you are waiting for people to dash you money. You are going to be Joe. Oh, you don't know that Joseph is different from Joe? Some people will even be Jojo. Praise God. The next thing I wanted to see concerning Joseph, the third strategy is that Joseph did not just serve. Joseph served with diligence. It's one thing to serve. It's another thing to serve well. There is the place of skill. There's a place of dropping your job in such a way that no other person could have done it better than you. As in, when you are done with your job, you look at what you did, and you know that even if you wanted to do a better job, you can't do a better job. Stop all this, let my people go. Let nobody call my name so they will not say I did not do the work. No. When they give you a job to do it as if you are doing it for yourself. Is anybody understand what we're saying here? When you are giving a contract, give it your best. Deliver at the peak of the game. That when they think an industry, your name comes up. It may be toothpick industry, but let your name come up. It may be fetching water industry, but let your name come up. That if he says he will fill this drum by 1 p.m., go there by 12:55, the drum is filled. He's a shoe shiner. By the time he's done with the shoe, you will think it's a new shoe. Play your guitar in such a way that the king will be jealous of you. I don't know if anybody's understanding what I'm saying here. Be good at your job. It's not just enough to serve. Everybody can serve. It is the extra that makes the difference. I have a couple of drivers in this house. Drive in such a way that the person you are carrying will always prefer you driving him. You do your laundry service. There's this way you package the clothes you ironed, that by the time you are done, there's something about his packaging I like. Watch, not the washing, not the starching. Because excellence is not more. Excellence is attention to details. Think. Joseph was so good that even when they sold him, he entered prison. And in prison, he still did prison work to a point that nobody could fault him. Can they fault your job? Strategy number 4. Joseph used his gifts. Hey. There's a difference between serving where you are employed and using your gift. You got a job in a clothing industry, but your gift is teaching. Your gift may not be able to sustain you now, so you need an area of service. I'm talking to young people, and I know that at this stage your gifting cannot feed you. So you need something to put food on your table while you are a gifted musician, but nobody knows your name. If you keep waiting on only your gift, hunger will kill you. So you need to get a job in a factory where you are working while you are doing your music. A day will come when you sack the company because your music is taking your time. Is anybody understanding what I'm saying now? So Joseph is in a family business, tending animals, doing with so much skill, but he did not forget his gift. What is the gift? Interpretation of dreams. No, you are more gifted than Joseph. All he had was interpretation. The only spiritual gift he had is that share your dream. God gives him inspiration, he explains. He was using his gifts. You are working in a company, you are serving very well, but an opportunity arises. That place, you are working in a factory, but an opportunity to teach arises. During your break time, the 1 hour, you take 30 minutes, do some small teaching to somebody. One day, somebody will require a tutor for his children in America. And guess who they will refer? Use your gifts. People are having gifts sitting down in church and cannot use them both for God and for themselves. Sing in church, sing in the compound, sing in the bedroom, sing in the bus. Is your gift, use it. One day a JJ Okocha will be playing in St. Patrick's Field and Westerhoff will see him and the rest will be history. I just told you what happened to JJ Okocha. It was in MNA here. Is anybody understanding what we're saying here? Tell your neighbor, use your gift. Imagine that morning when those guys woke up and Joseph looked at them. Their face was not fine. And he didn't even ask them what is wrong with them. He just went about doing his business. Or he asked them and they told the dreams. They said, now wow, me I don't know too. God will help us. Let's be praying. Joseph will rot in prison. Watch this. What moved Joseph to the palace was not his service. What moved him was his gift. His service was what kept him. Because he has learned the skills of sound delivery in service, but the projection of the gift of a man, not the services of a man, the gift of a man maketh way for him and bringeth him before great men. Now another one now says, seest thou a man diligent, skilled in his business, he shall not come in, but stand. Meaning that gift brings you in, skill keep you. How many Josephs do we have in this house this morning? You are sure you're going to take the gates of the hidden. I'm telling you his strategy. My time is up. Stand to your feet. There were 7 of them. I think I gave you 4. Stand to your feet. I don't even know what to tell you to pray. But open your mouth and pray.
Thank you so much for listening, and I'm certain you were blessed by the message. Feel free to contact us via our social media handles, Facebook and on Instagram at The Lighthouse Christian Chapel. For more life-transforming messages, you can download it via our Telegram at The Lighthouse Christian Chapel. For inquiries, call 0704-933-2333 or visit us at number 10 Chijokago Street by Ukwake Bus Stop, Emene, Enugu State, Nigeria. Remain blessed.